Hey everybody, I'm Russ Lewis.
And I'm Brandy Smith in for Lisa on this February 7th. We just launched a new live poll about that military parade, so grab your phones, get ready to vote.
Before we do that, though, let's talk to Cheetah Craft about a wet morning commute that continues. Cheetah.
Yeah, wet this morning and wet this afternoon. Take a look. Day part planner shows it the best. Scattered showers with a few thunderstorms this morning. That takes you into the afternoon. Temperatures remain in the 40s all throughout the day. Let me give you a detailed look at our radar this morning. So not only scattered showers, but I'm tracking a few heavy thunderstorms, especially on the north side. So big picture, Magnolia, Tomball crossing over 45 and even portions of 59, 69 once it heads northward. So zooming in, even some lightning associated with this. So you'll hear those big claps of thunder, and not out of the question we could even see some small hail within some of these cells as well. So we are talking about strong to potentially severe thunderstorms. Most of the severe weather associated with this cold front is actually happening just to the east of us. South of I-10, scattered showers across the area from Meadville, 288, 45 southward. So everybody going to have to kind of deal with those windshield wipers. And then check this out. This is why the rain will not let up. Look out west and northwest. Darby, this is what is heading our direction. So your midday will be just as messy as to what you're waking up to this morning.
So it's the calm before the storm, so to speak. So get out now while you still can. All right, good morning. If you're getting ready to leave the house, we'll have some wet roadways and there's more coming, so be ready. Now, coming out of downtown, trying to go up north towards the Woodlands, still working an accident here on I-45, the North Freeway. It's northbound just before North Main, right at the North Street camera. You can still see they're blocking off 3 left lanes, 1 right lane's getting through, and traffic's backing up into downtown. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get through the backup, so be ready and expect rubbernecking delays as you come inbound. If you're traveling 45 inbound, 46 minutes from 1488 to get into downtown. If you travel I-45 coming in from Clear Lake, well, 35 minutes from League City Parkway to downtown. A lot of that traffic's going to be slow as you try and go through downtown getting up towards that accident, so be ready. 288 at 27 minutes from Highway 6 into downtown. So if you're coming in from Angleton, just look for brake lights as you approach the tollway as usual.
I'm announcing today that the United States of America will soon unveil the toughest and most aggressive round of economic sanctions on North Korea ever.
Vice President Mike Pence leads our delegation ahead of the Winter Olympics and says he hasn't ruled out meeting with the North Korean leaders at the Olympics. And we now know the games will include Kim Jong-un's sister. So will the opening ceremony turn into an international incident? Yeah, the North and South plan to march under one flag. We know that. But all this friendliness really has some locally here in our Korean American community pretty upset. Our Michelle Choi joins us now from Hayden Park. That's where people will protest about this later this morning.
Yeah, that's right, guys. In just a few hours, we're told dozens of folks will be out here protesting against the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, and his regime. This, of course, is a demonstration that's happening just a day before the Winter Games. Now, a lot of folks are saying that this is North Korea's way of taking the spotlight. Some are saying this is a breakthrough for diplomacy. South Korea is gearing up for one of the biggest international events of 2018, the Winter Olympics. Or as the South's government is referring to it, the Peace Games.
It's usually a source of national pride, and this is one of those unique Olympics that's where the host nation is actually sharing the limelight with another country.
That stage will be shared with their neighbor to the north. The two nations even uniting their women's hockey team into one for the first time ever. But after a year of tensions, many are questioning this newfound friendship between North and South.
And in that sense, many of the Koreans felt like South Korea was too lenient, too open.
And with the two Koreas technically still at war, it's a delicate balancing act.
Whether that decision was right or wrong, the history will tell.
One thing that's for sure, many are hoping a unified Olympics will lead to peace on the Korean Peninsula. Now, this is not the first time North Korea has taken part in the Olympics, but given the current political climate, a lot of people are saying that this is kind of an insurance policy when it comes to security. Guys, back to you.
Michelle Choi, thank you. Time for our morning rush. And first off this morning, an otherwise healthy father of 5 died just days after getting the flu. The family says it took 2 days for the virus to turn into pneumonia. Then doctors found blood in his lungs. The 55-year-old man died 5 days after getting the flu. He died of a heart attack. Casino mogul Steve Wynn has resigned as CEO and chairman of his company. He's accused of sexually harassing and assaulting several women. He denies all of it. Last month, he resigned as finance chairman of the Republican National Committee. 2 of the booster rockets used to launch the SpaceX Falcon Heavy landed safely in Florida. Another booster that was supposed to land on a floating platform, well, it missed its target. The sports car, by the way, that the rocket carried the payload is now heading out to the asteroid belt. And finally, it's National Signing Day. Those top student athletes will commit to the college they want to play for next year. Several local districts have some big ceremonies planned. So we say good luck and congratulations to everybody. And that is your Morning Rush.
At 6:36, we are taking a live look at Washington, D.C., but what we really ought to be watching is a clock. Lawmakers only have until tomorrow to agree on a spending bill or the government will shut down again. President Trump says that may actually be a good thing if Democrats won't crack down on immigration. Earlier, we asked if you agree with him. 62% of you said yes. And speaking of the president, we just launched a brand new live poll asking what you think about his plan to hold a major military parade in D.C. this fall.
Yeah, let us know whether you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. You can vote on our news app. You can also go to KHOU.com/vote now. While you do that, Doug's here to explain why it's been so long since we've even seen something like this.
Yeah, guys, it's been nearly 30 years since we've seen anything like this. The last time was 1991, a victory parade after the first Gulf War. In fact, that's the only time the Pentagon really does this kind of thing. Folks are already torn over this, with some former U.S. generals criticizing the thought of a parade for our military through the streets of D.C. just because the president asked them to. Now, the president reportedly sent this request to the Pentagon at the end of last month. He was inspired by the Bastille Day military parade in France, but a bunch of people are saying they don't like the optics of the U.S. military marching on display, and they've compared it to regimes like North Korea, the former Soviet Union. There's also the cost of throwing a parade like this. A lot of numbers are being thrown around, but it sounds like it would run into the millions of dollars easily. The Washington Post, in fact, says that parade back in 1991, well, it cost $8 million, which is about $14 or $15 million in today's money. Now, taking a look at some of the comments online, Bonnie says that's a very expensive ego trip. Another person tweeting, Kathy, saying this morning, why not put that money into programs that actually help veterans? But some like the idea of a parade. Champagne here, or Alicia, saying, we praise celebs and athletes, but we must continue to recognize and praise the people who fight to keep us safe. Guys?
6:38, and it is a messy start to the day. Okay, we're talking scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms, and temperatures in the 40s. So do I need to say more? Take a look on the north side. So this is moving in from Hempstead, Magnolia, Montgomery, crossing over 45, and then approaching 59. So pretty much everyone waking up this morning north of town, you're waking up to not only scattered showers, but even some moderate to briefly heavy downpours. Some of the thunderstorms that develop today have the potential to produce some strong winds, lightning, thunder, and also some hail. So we will continue to monitor these cells very closely, but this is only the beginning. Scattered light showers south of I-10, and accumulations will be lighter south of town. So keep that in mind. It will be the north side that I'm expecting the most amount of rainfall today. So west and northwest of town, so from Brenham to Navasota, look at the cells that are developing here, moving and tracking eastward. This is moving in town. So our rainfall rates and some of these thunderstorms are only going to increase. Temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s, so it is cold. You want those coats. Temperatures really are not going to change a whole lot throughout the day today. Daypart planner shows 40s this morning, 40s this afternoon. So Darby, what you're waking up to is also what you'll have to deal with your afternoon rush hour as well.
So it's going to be a busy day today weather-wise. Traffic-wise, pretty darn busy as well. One of our big problems, actually two now, is trying to get out of downtown Houston on I-45 going northbound. You have an accident just before North Main, taking up 3 left lanes, backing you up into downtown. And then in the backup at Dallas Street, an accident just cleared over to the right shoulder. So you're backing up all the way through downtown. downtown, and it takes about 20 minutes to get that way. If you want to use 610, might be a good idea. 225, if you come in from, say, LaPorte or Deer Park, we've got an accident, 225 inbound, right past Pasadena Boulevard. You can see where our Houston TransStar shot off in the distance here. It looks like it's all off on the right shoulder, possibly blocking a right lane, but this will be causing some backups as you get inside the East Sam Houston Tollway. So be ready for slow traffic on even 225. I got you 17 minutes from 146 to 610. That's not bad. I-10 to Baytown East Freeway, 35 minutes from the Grand Parkway to 45. Your heavy traffic will be approaching downtown. No delays on Highway 90 coming in from Dayton or Crosby. Also looks like there's a little fender bender working on the Katy Freeway's Diamond Lane right at West Green. It's off on the right shoulder, but it's causing some rubbernecking delays, so just be ready.